Bible story today, I've come into the garden because there's something here that I'd like you to see. But this Sunday just gone was Palm Sunday, and I don't know whether you know what palms are, but I've got one sitting by the side of me. This is a palm tree. Because it's in England, it's only a small one. The ones where Jesus lived were massive ones with massive leaves. And on Palm Sunday, Jesus did a special journey. But it all started a bit before that, because he needed something to go on his journey. They didn't have cars or buses or anything like that. So Jesus wanted a donkey to ride on. And he decided that he would have a donkey that nobody had ridden before. If you know anything about horses, that's a bit difficult, because sometimes they don't like it when somebody sits on them for the first time and they try to knock them off. But Jesus knew what he wanted, and he sent 2 of his disciples to a special place, and he said, go there, and when you go there you'll see 2 horses, a colt and a foal. He said, untie them and bring them to me. That seems a bit like stealing, but it wasn't, because he gave them a special message. He said, if anybody asks you what you're doing, say the master needs them. And the 2 disciples went and they found the horse and the colt and the foal, just as Jesus had said. And when they were untying them, they said, somebody said, what are you doing? They said, just as Jesus had told them, the master needs them. And they took them to Jesus, and Jesus put his coat on the back of the donkey, and he got on the donkey and he walked into Jerusalem. Now Jerusalem was like London. It was the biggest city near where he lived. And as he was walking along, people saw him coming, and they remembered all the wonderful things he'd done, how he'd made people well again, how he'd even made people come alive that were dead, how he'd changed water into wine, how he'd fed them with 5 loaves and 2 fishes, how so many of them were well again. And they started to cheer, and they took the leaves off these palm trees and they put them in front of him on the floor, and they cried, Hosanna, Hosanna. Now, if we had somebody coming to us today, we might, if it was the Queen maybe, we might be waving flags or having banners. And what I'm going to show you to make later is one of these. It's only made out of newspaper, but it's like a palm leaf, and it reminds us when Jesus came into Jerusalem on what we now call Palm Sunday, and how he went and he journeyed, and he went on that donkey that nobody had ever ridden before. Jesus didn't need somebody to help him, because Jesus is God and he can do anything. But he likes to use you, and he likes to use me. And he used the people that owned the donkey, and he used the donkey. It's nice to be wanted, isn't it? Jesus wants each one of us, and he's got a special job for us. So as we think about Palm Sunday, and remember, wave our palms, thank Jesus, say Hosanna. You're a wonderful God.